What's up guys, Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. In today's video, I'm going to showcase a very powerful setup. This is going to be a tank build in which you can go and play solo in any content in the game. Legendary missions, whatever it may be, you can stand there, your shield can tank unlimited amounts of damage, heal itself, and you can always regen yourself back to full armor. Now, this setup is perfect for playing solo or in a group, it doesn't matter. And no, I have not spec'd into protection from elites. I've made a similar build previously which makes use of the safeguard talent, which gives us 100% repair skills, which works with the Artificer Hive shield combination. That means that I can heal my shield every couple of seconds back to full health, which is incredible. I made a similar build in the past with this combination with Bulwark. This is not going to be a Bulwark builder. I feel like I found a stronger way of doing it with the new brand sets. My shield is a lot tankier and I can dish out a lot more damage. So hopefully you do enjoy the gameplay. Once it's done, we can go through the build in full detail.
for you. Got another.
Grenade launched.
What?
Need a medic here. No joy. This magazine is empty. Airburst coming in. Like that, Cabral?
Right, let's take a look at the build. Hopefully you guys could see what I was meaning from the gameplay. I'm sure you probably wondered, your safeguard talent isn't going to be up all the time, but that's why we need to have some sort of regeneration. I don't have bulwark anymore, like I mentioned previously. If you guys want to check that original video out, link will be in the description. So the bulwark 4-piece right here is what I would have used in the past. And bulwark would allow me to heal myself, my shield. That was all good. But the problem was I was lacking damage. Now, just keep in mind, you can use the Chameleon assault rifle. That would actually work really well with this build. But with this setup, we need to, the main priority as well is to keep up the 2 talents, but mainly safeguard. So if you guys did not know, let me explain how this works and what's going on here. So the Artificer Hive is part of the Technician specialization. So we need to run Technician. I wanted to go as tanky as possible, but also having a yellow because it will make the Artificer Hive slightly more efficient. As you guys can see, once we go from, for example, a tier 1 to a tier 2, we get 100% increase in charge efficiency, which is quite important. Now, the Artificer Hive automatically heals your shield. It only heals it a certain amount, but because I've got the Safeguard talent, when I'm at full armor, I get plus 100% repair skills, which means it's going to increase the healing by, it might not be exactly 100%, but it's going to greatly increase the healing and allow me to heal my shield fully. Now, keep in mind, I have spec'd into skill health and shield health to increase this. It's over 7 million HP. To get an idea, put on a shield with a normal build and see how much health you've got with the all blue build, with the tier 6. You'll have a lot less than me. So this combination is unbelievably strong in very difficult content. So the main idea is to try and keep this active. Now, that's what I was mentioning before. The bulwark would allow me to regen very efficiently. This setup, yes, we can do way more damage because we can actually have obliterate on the chest, but we might struggle to actually get our armor to fill. But as long as you're standing still or you're moving around in the same kind of positioning, the regen, if you want to put more regen, you can. The Catharsis Mask will not just give us damage, it will actually give us more healing, because when we drop that green cloud, it heals me quite significantly. Good enough that it gets me back to full armor, even with Chungas pressing on me. And that's the great thing about this setup. Because we are so tanky, we can wait for it to come through, and then once we get healed again, we get the safeguard. So it will be up a lot more than you think it will be. But another thing you could do if you don't want to rely on the Catharsis is actually to spec into more regen. I've only got 21k regen. So you can switch this up if you would like to. I've got a Belston 1-piece. You could, if you wanted to really go for something like this, you could use a Lengmo holster, and then you could actually place in the different knee pads. You can go for the named Murakami knee pads, Emperor's Guard, which does give you more repair skills, therefore not having to spec it somewhere else, and you get another 1% armor regen. It's completely up to you. I tried many different ways, but I found this combination to be the best. So let me explain what's going on here. So now you understand that the Artificer Hive is going to be healing my shield. And when this icon is active, when we are at full armor, it heals the shield maximum. So we want to try and make sure we're not overdoing it or underdoing it. So that's up to you to kind of gauge with how much repair skills you really want to put on the build. We don't really need to have that many, as long as you've got a yellow and you have got 1 or 2 rolls. You'll notice from the gameplay, it heals fully. What I tend to try and do is heal it just before fully, then I know I'm not overdoing it. Maybe spec 1 more modification or 1 more attribute into it. So we want to try and get as much skill health or shield health as possible with this setup. So when we look at skill health and shield health, let me explain that quickly. So the R&K holster, Forge holster, forget about incoming repairs. That's not going to help us here. So we have got 50% shield health. This is not as good as the actual skill health. It's just the way that it scales. Let me quickly give you a little demonstration here, because we want to try and make sure this shield is as tanky as possible so that when we're taking damage, it doesn't get destroyed by the time the Artificer Hive gives it that massive heal. So really the whole point of this build is to be able to stand there, hold your shield out and easily mow down enemies in any difficulty. That's the whole point. And I found it quite amazing how quickly I could clear NPCs with this. In my previous video, yes, I was a slightly more tanky, but I could not do near as much damage. That's because of Obliterate. So when we look at this, so the shield health, it's just going to be a rough showcase. So currently on my shield, I've got 7.3 million HP. Let's put on a normal blue. That takes it down to 6.4. So from 7.3 to 6.4. If we remove this, 7.3, it was 6.4, it's 5.9. So without this, we really drop because the two-piece Langmo has got 25% skill health. I mean, the explosive resistance also helps as well, but remember, it doesn't really apply to your shield. So be cautious of that. So skill health is very efficient. Now, you don't have to use the Forge holster. You could even go for more damage, and this build will definitely still work. But I wanted to showcase how far we can actually take this. Just keep that in mind, guys. If you want more damage, you can go for that. If you want slightly more healing, you can still go for that. There are many different ways to switch this build up to suit how you want to play. You can even have more reds. Just keep that in mind. Change the gun as well. There are many different options. Like I said, the chameleon is what I used in my previous version because we're allowed to shoot more, so we could stack it up very efficiently. I still recommend going for the R&K Forged holster piece with the two-piece Langmo, so we are stacking skill health and shield health, and the Empress International. You don't have to, but this gives us an additional 10% skill health. So just to give you guys an idea, the comparison between this and Bulwark. So right now, 7.3 million HP. If I simply put on Bulwark, nothing else is going to change it. It's going to be all blue. So around about 7.3 million HP, all blues, we are looking at 5.9. So you can see it is a significant boost in the actual health of my shield, which will help it last a lot longer. And we do more damage. So I prefer this setup right now because of the beautiful combination of Langmo. So hopefully I've kind of explained my choices and you guys can gauge for yourself and see maybe what direction you want to take this setup to. I absolutely recommend giving it a try. So we've maxed out skill health and shield health to make our shield very tanky, 7.3 million. We've got loads of repair skills when at max armor, which is easy to obtain from regen and the Catharsis Mask. Therefore, we can heal our shield every couple of seconds fully. Also, I have loads of damage because I've got high crit with the weapon, Catharsis Mask stacks damage, and I've got Obliterate, which gives me more weapon damage. So this build is an absolute beast. You guys need to give this a try. Let's take a look at each piece now. So the St. Elmo's engine, damage 2 targets out of cover. I like this. It shocks enemies. It keeps them still so I can finish them off. The modifications are really powerful. There are many different options. You don't have to use this. Just try and make sure you've achieved no less than 54% crit chance for the chest piece talent. The secondary and the pistol is completely up to you. Catharsis Mask is actually very important to make sure we are healing ourselves to get safeguard up. You could maybe get more regen, and if you feel like you don't need this, that's fine. Especially if you're playing in a group, you may find your teammates could become distractions, so you're not really getting focused or shot in the back. Catharsis Mask, we get weapon damage, which is great, over 300k a bullet when we crit, and we also trigger a cloud that heals us and also purges status effects, which it's just amazing. Chest piece, Belston. Now, don't worry about the headshot. I need to get a different role here. Crit chance or repair skills. It depends how much repair skills you need. Don't overdo it. You can even, instead of running a yellow on the bag, you can go for a blue. Just check your healing of your Artificer to your shield and gauge it for yourself. It's really up to you. So I've got crit chance, and then I would preferably have explosive res, maybe even repair skills, crit damage. It's up to you. 1% armor regen just to keep it up. You can have, if you want more damage, go for a Grupo, Fenris, it doesn't matter, whatever you feel. You can even go for Picaro's holster, switch it up. There are many different options. But just give Obliterate a try. One thing I wanted to mention as well, which I think you guys may find quite interesting if you did not know, this talent right here, Empathic Resolve, actually works with the Catharsis Mask. I know that may seem obvious, but you normally, you're familiar with this talent used on skill healing builds, like with chem launchers and hives. But if your Catharsis, or even if you proc an armor kit or your Catharsis Mask heals you, you actually receive this and your teammates can receive it. So think about that. There could be some really cool combinations with hybrids, which increase you and your teammates damage whenever you want. So it's something I wanted to mention because I did try this with this build and the damage wasn't that much, but I think it could be quite good in a group situation. Then the Forge holster. I probably don't need repair skills here. I'm slightly overdoing the repairing, but that's fine. When I don't have safeguard up, I can still heal my shield around about halfway, which is okay. It's not great, but we can get the full health, our full armor back. It doesn't take too long, to be honest. You can have crit chance or crit damage there. It depends what you need. Don't worry about incoming repairs, all about repair skills and shield health. So that's why we've got this. The Backpack Empress, you don't have to go for this. Crit damage, repair skills with safeguard. While at full armor, we can give ourselves 100% skill repair, which is great. The skill health makes my shield tankier. This is probably not even that necessary. You can go for different piece, whatever you think may help you. Like even a Cheska to help with crit chance. That could be a viable option as well. So make sure you guys give that a look into. And what you could even do, run Picaro's holster instead of this, Cheska bag, and then you can just focus on getting your skill health from the 2-piece Lengmo, which is the best. So that could be another option for you. There's so many ways to change this build up. I would like to know in the comments how you guys are going to switch it up, if you are going to try it. Or maybe you've already tried it. Maybe you've got the similar setup. So then the 2-piece Lengmo, explosive resistance is good and skill health, very nice. Crit chance repair skills. I did have crit chance repair skills, but I put crit damage there because it just makes more sense. I don't need that much repair skills. All the modifications are going to be crit damage bar 1, which I've got crit chance. It doesn't matter. I could have had it here on the bag. It just depends. Just make sure your crit chance is no less than 54%. Artificer Hive. Put your best modifications on, guys. It doesn't matter. I don't even have that good mods there. I need to farm some more. Shield health, active regen, things like that. That's what you want on the shield modifications. And that is the setup really. We've got 2 skill tiers as well, which is quite good. It allows us to be a bit more efficient with the hive. That's the main reason. So statistics, over 109% crit damage, 53.4, which should be around about 54% crit chance. Very, very powerful. I just need to optimize my setup. It can go higher. We can make this a lot stronger. Keep in mind, I do have some expertise upgrading on my weapon. 21k regen, explosive resistance, very powerful. Hazard protection, doesn't matter. We purge status effects with the mask. This setup is a lot of fun, very powerful. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Peace out, guys.